Riley Gaines got into it today with AOC, and AOC just dragged her so bad that Riley Gaines went on Fox News to cry about it. Dude, Riley is such a degenerate, dude. What a scumbag. Dude, AOC just fucking rubbed her nose in the dirt today. So the beginning was where Zoran tweets with AOC, Bernie, Zoran, packed house. He says, "Thank you, New York City. Let's win." And just a beautiful moment, okay? And of course, Riley, she says, "We're being destroyed from within by the people who want health care, right? By the people who want free childcare so everybody can have kids, right?" I mean, Riley Gaines and all her religious zealot freaks are like, you need to have more kids. And so these people are like, okay, let's have people have more kids. Let's make it so you get childcare. So you can be rich or poor, whatever, and everybody can just have as many kids as they want, right? But like, nope. Oh, destroyed from within. Why? Because these people accept gay people. Because these people don't demonize the poor. Because these people accept transgender people and want everyone to have rights. Because these people think healthcare is a right and not a privilege for the wealthy few, right? Because these people want, decent wages and think the rich people should pay some taxes. Okay, but Riley's like, we're being destroyed from within. It's also about this guy because she's a bigot. She thinks that if you're not a Christian Jesus freak, you have no value. But anyway, so that was the thing that started this off. Then AOC responded to this in beautiful fashion too. AOC said, maybe if you channeled all this anger into swimming faster, you wouldn't have come in fifth. Oh, shit, bro. But it goes beyond the burn, guys, because Riley Gaines got 82,000 likes with her little post. And then AOC burns her for almost 400,000 likes. So it's like a 5x ratio of involvement of people just slamming Riley. And this really hurts MAGA. Like, they spend a lot of time using Elon's bot farms to ratio people and to get more engagement from them. It's a real big deal to them. Them getting ratioed like that is extra special because it bothers them. They really get triggered by that shit. Okay, now, Riley, though, didn't take kindly to that, okay? So Riley says, it's always hilarious when they think they've landed a gotcha by pointing out I was the 5th fastest woman in the nation, yet they conveniently forget the mediocre man. Of course, she's got to try to misgender Leah Thomas, who ranked 462nd in the men's division, LOL, and she called her a misogynistic dunce, is what she calls her. Now, here's the thing, guys. I thought this was interesting, okay? Because Riley Gaines doesn't really care about women, okay? She doesn't. She does not care about women. If she cared about women, she wouldn't believe that a 10-year-old girl should deliver a rapist baby. If she cared about women, she would be more concerned about the 10,000 SAs in the NCAA rather than the 10 trans athletes in the NCAA, right? If she cared about women, she certainly would have never voted for Donald Trump, an adulterous, grapey person who says he grabs women by the genitalia, doesn't even ask. If you voted for Donald Trump, you don't care about women, okay? Period. I don't care, male or female. If you voted for Donald Trump, you don't give a shit about women, okay? In fact, you kind of hate them, okay? You're a gaslighting fucking fool, okay? But what Riley does care about is she cares about trying to acquire power for her religion. She cares about acquiring religious power and using that religious power in order to stomp out everything that her religion decrees should be stomped out. Now, the irony, of course, is none of this shit is even in their religion, Like there were transgender people when Jesus was around. They were like, there's entire societies, the Hijra in India and Pakistan, the Oaxacans, right? Down in southern Mexico. I mean, dude, you go to Polynesian, okay? The Polynesian world, my God. You go to New Zealand and the Polynesian, Tahiti, Hawaii, all of Polynesia has been celebrating third gender for like fucking centuries, okay? And the native people here, Two-Spirit, Native Americans, and now these other cultures used to revere them. Every culture that had transgender people, they revered them. They revered their differences. They were often the shaman. But what bothers me about Riley Gaines and her cohorts is that it's not even just enough to like harm. Riley Gaines and her cohorts insist that transgender people don't even exist, that they're lying, that they're diseased, that they're all fraudulent, right? Even though there's thousands of years of the existence of transgender people across every culture, but this dumb and her Christian fucking weirdo like cohorts get to say, nope, none of these people exist. That's some wild shit, boss. But anyway, so then Riley did what a transphobic Christian white woman gets to do, is Riley gets to go on Fox News, okay? Riley is so oppressed and so, downtrodden by the trans people that have affected her that after she gets mad at AOC, she gets to go on Fox News and rant and cry about this shit. So what happened here is then Riley decided to that she was going to challenge AOC to a debate. Now Riley is just looking for some of that attention. She wants a little bit of clout, but watch this.
Here's what I will say. I want to honestly challenge AOC to a debate. She can defend socialism. I will defend capitalism. She can defend removing God. I will defend embracing a biblical worldview. She can defend child sacrifice. I will defend the sanctity of life. Any of the radical...
Child sacrifice, bro. Right? I mean, dude, if you can't have a discussion about abortion without, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the problem, is the issue is abortion. The issue is a woman needing consent for her uterus to be used as an incubator. But Riley Gaines is like child sacrifice. She's in some biblical fucking bean flicking land, right? So like, dude, you can't have a sensible debate with somebody who doesn't even see what the fucking issue is. If you don't know what the issue is, I mean, this is like the same with their transgender mythology, right? The issue is transgender youth being able to have a normal life integrated into society. And they're like men and women's sports. And it's like, there are no men playing women's sports and nobody wants men to be playing in women's sports. Nobody does. Nobody does. And not a single Democrat is advocating for men to play in women's sports. Nope. What they want, though, is they want the very few number of transgender kids in America to be able to integrate into society and have a fucking normal life. That's all that they want.
I want to honestly challenge AOC to a debate. She can defend socialism. I will defend capitalism. She can defend removing God. I will defend embracing a biblical worldview. She can defend child sacrifice. I will defend the sanctity of life. Any of the radical, insane democratic policies and platform that they stand for, I will debate the opposite. I'm challenging AOC to it here.
Well, I thought you were going to challenge her to like a freestyle, 100 freestyle or something. I'm like, that's
that too.
That's an unfair fight. Or
a fair fight to her is putting a man in the pool.
Yeah, no, you could wear like 100-pound weight and challenge her to it. That would be fair, actually. Mark and Riley, both of you.
All right, so now though, AOC responded to that and said, "Look at what AOC said, dude. Real simple. And I would like to challenge this person to get a real job. Oh, dude. Brutal. And I would like to challenge this person to get a real job. That is just so good. And I mean, guys, it's so fucking true, right? When you think about it, like Riley Gaines, she's never actually worked, guys. She's never worked. She literally went to college. She was on a swim team. The coach was raping a bunch of girls. She was oblivious to that. She had one swim race where she tied for 5th place with a transgender swimmer. Then she got mad. She made a big deal about it. Then she became a poster child. And then right-wing billionaires just gave her money to be a spokesperson, to be their culture war warrior. Yeah, same with Charlie Kirk. I mean, it's what happens when you're a white person of mediocre talent who comes from a wealthy enough family that you can get, ingratiated into their billionaire right-wing culture. Then you don't have to work. You can just be a mouthpiece for a culture war and make a ton of money. This is the right-wing way. They don't work. People like Nick Sortor and all these like independent journalists, the same people that are getting paid to be here in Portland. Dude, it's all bullshit, boss. They're all like fucking scoundrels. But isn't that amazing? Dude, she just savaged her. And then that was it. She responded to I have a real job. She says, I'm a mom. It's the most important and rewarding job in the world. I think if you had a baby girl like I do, you'd understand my positions a little better. Oh, you see that? Dude, there it is, though. This is the same shit they do with their religion, right? Their religion is like, oh, yeah, like what I do with myself is more valuable than yours because I'm doing the real important and rewarding shit. And you're just a peon. I'll pray for you. That's what that shit is. Dude, they always do that. But here's the funny thing. You ready? Check this out. I'm about to rip Riley a new one, though. Because Riley says, I have a real job. I'm a mom. It's the most important and rewarding job in the world. But guess what, Riley Gaines? Zoran Mamdani and AOC are trying to make it so the people doing the most important and rewarding job in the world have help. That they have access to childcare. That they have access to health care for them and the child. That they get plenty of paid family leave so they can do that important and rewarding job. Oh, wait, but you don't like that. You think being a mom is so important and so rewarding, but you don't want to help moms. There's going to be zero legislation to help moms. So, yeah, you really think it's important, don't you? That every mom who has a kid, you're like, fuck them. Fuck your paid family leave. Fuck your health care. Fuck your, child care. Right? You know what I'm saying? Isn't that funny? She thinks it's so important. Oh, if you had a baby girl, you'd understand. But like, dude, AOC doesn't even have a baby girl, and she's trying to do more for moms than Riley Gaines would ever do. Riley Gaines doesn't want to help moms at all, dude. She doesn't think being a mom is important. Not at all, dude. And yeah, I'm sure she has a nanny too. What is she talking about, dude? Dude, and look at Laura fucking Ingraham. Like, goddamn, bro. Laura Ingraham, dude. Every time I see her, dude, she's looking more and more like a bleached leather belt, dude. Right? It's like, goddamn, dude. What the fuck, bro? What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.